Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Strider Chip. I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute, guys. I know you guys haven't seen me in a long time, and also it's been a minute since we've been talking about Dragon Ball Super card game. Today's topic, guys, we're going to be talking about an orange deck profile for Orange Piccolo. I think deck looks pretty cool, and we're going to go ahead and show off the cards here for this particular deck. Yeah, man, this looks pretty cool. I came across of it here on DBS Decks. I'm just gonna go ahead and show it off. I'll probably editing and tweak some of it. That's what I was planning on doing it now. Just kind of editing and tweaking some of it, some of the cards in this deck as we speak now. But I wanted to show off what what others have done so far. So we're gonna talk about the leader. We'll talk about some of the newest cards in the set. We're not going to talk too much about the old cards here because we already know what they do. I'll probably give you my commentary on whether or not if I think some of those cards are pretty good or not. And we'll talk about the Z deck as well, the Z leaders and the Z battle cards. So the leader itself is basically whenever you're attacking, you're drawing one no matter what. That's good. Active main, you're placing one yellow pan superhero card with an energy cost of 2 or less from your deck underneath this card. Once you do that, you get the Awaken 4 life or less, or less. Or if you have a Shenron card, superhero, Z battle card in play, you draw one. You draw one, and then you're not able to awaken until these particular conditions. I'm sorry. Just because you have pan underneath this leader, it doesn't mean you get the awaken that fast. It doesn't work like that. So it's basically you draw one, untap one of your energies, and you add up to 2 cards from your life until you have 6 left, whatever, or 1 card at the time until you have 6, and then you awaken. The awaken side, it's a blocker. It said when this card attacks, you draw 1. That's perfect. When this card activates blocker, it gets a 10k power for the battle. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. That's pretty cool. So allowing you to use your blocker. So it's a defensive type deck. You're getting a 10k bump here on top of that. So it's making it a lot more harder for people to kind of take it down or beat in the battle. You have to use more battle cards essentially while you're using less of those battle cards whenever you're comboing. So that's actually pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the cards. So this card right here, we have Son Gohan and hold on, just wait for it to load up. We have Son Gohan and Piccolo trading. This is pretty much this is during the Saiyan saga. It has deflect on it, so you can't counterplay it. It's coming out no matter what. When this card is KO'd, you want this card to be KO'd. You want it to be KO'd. So if they don't KO it, then the effect itself is not going to really pop out. So you want to attack things that are probably stronger than this card itself, or you want your opponent to really just kill it, and they're probably going to do that anyway. So, or you're going to just swing with this card. This card you're going to be aggressive with. It seems you want to play it by turn 2, and then you want to swing at his life, right? You want to swing at his life, whatever. And eventually with it, you're going to be very aggressive with this card because he's going to really eventually kill it anyway. Once he kills it, it prompts this effect for the searching the top 5 for the Master Teaching card among them, which you have quite a bit in this particular deck of Master Teachings for the trait. And then also has an active battle effect. If you have 2 or more energies, you add this card to the owner's hand from your combo area, right? And then you're going to place 1 Master Teaching card from your combo area to the drop area. And then you're going to draw 1 after that, and then you're going to play up to 1 Master Teachings card, which energy cost of 3 or less, and that card gets a 5k bump. So basically, this is kind of like it has a super combo effect. It's a super combo / swap effect to it, right? And you're playing something that's 3 or less. Your targets typically, I can imagine you could probably choose it for a target, or you can choose this card, Son Gohan Piccolo Master Teaching. This is a blocker. This is a pretty good blocker here too at that. Or I think it's a really good blocker. It's probably one of the best blockers out there. Being at 10 power, that's not bad. And it says auto limited 1. If your leader is a Piccolo superhero card, when one of your of your cards with Son Gohan in his character name is attacked, right? Play this card from your hand in rest mode, right? In rest mode, and then you're going to switch the target. It's going to switch the target of that attack to it. So that's actually pretty cool. This is a really, really cool card. So one of your Gohan cards that's on the field, which you have 2 targets for the Gohan cards that's on the field. Actually, technically, these not only, I would say you have 4 targets, really 4 cards classified as target, because if I look at these cards, I'm pretty sure they're going to have Son Gohan on it. Son Gohan and Piccolo. So they have Gohan and Piccolo on it. This card itself, right? So that's actually pretty cool. It says active battle once per turn. Place up to one of your master teaching cards from your combo area to the bottom of your deck. And you're going to draw one. You choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and negates the skill for the turn. So that's actually pretty cool too. So all the skills being completely negated with barrier. That's really, really good. That's really amazing. I think that's really, really amazing, man. That is really good. So we have this pan here. Auto activate limited 1. When you play this card from under your Piccolo superhero leader, then you're gonna choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. You KO it. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. So it's once you put this card under your Piccolo leader, it's basically like a shotgun shell. These are bullets. It's ammo basically at that. And whenever you need it, you're gonna take advantage. You're gonna use one of your energies, take it out from your leader. You're gonna pop something that's in rest mode, right? That you need to get rid of. Active battle. If this card is under your Piccolo superhero leader, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with Son Gohan in its character's name, and it gets a 5k power bump here to it. So that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So that's something getting a bump here to it. So that's actually really nice. So then we have another Piccolo new evolution. This is Piccolo's new form here from the Dragon Ball superhero movie, which is pretty cool at that. He has dual attack, EX evolve. The problem with this card is it doesn't have deflect on it. If this card had deflect on it, and it's at a 19k power, I feel like Bandai's pretty. They're pretty. If anything, they're pretty biased against the Saiyans in this game. I mean, against the Namekians. They really don't favor the Namekians in this game. This is just like the first time we see this. Well, at least this is one of the times that we see that Piccolo actually gets like a boost here in this game. It seems, at least it appears to be. At least for me, it looks like he's actually, this leader's a little bit more playable now. If you have a yellow Shenron superhero, the Z battle card in play. When you play this card, you're going to choose up to one of your yellow Shenron, basically battle cards. You're going to switch it to active mode, protecting it. That's really about it. And then you have auto limited 1. If your leader is Piccolo, a superhero card, when this card attacks, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. You're going to KO it. That's actually pretty cool. So when this card attacks, as long as your leader is, long as your leader is Piccolo, whenever this card is attacked, this is a really good card. This is a staple for this deck. It's a staple. The only bad thing about this card is it just don't. My opinion is just it don't have deflect on it, man. And don't get me wrong, you can EX evolve it in 1 energy, so that's not too bad. And you have a 3 less, and you can break off your 3 costs. Pretty much. You can do that by turn 3 if you wanted to. Turn 3, and then you can EX evolve it that same turn if you wanted to. This card's not that bad. It's just what makes it better. If it had deflect on this card and dual attack, this card would be amazing. I think this would be a lot amazing. It would be a lot more better. And it's getting rid of things on the field. So then we have Gohan and Piccolo full power training. It has deflect, swap 8, Master's Young Teachings. So you're going to swap it out for an 8 cost card. That's Master Teaching. At one point, I thought that this card, this secret rare was that, but it's not the case. It's not one. It needed to be. If it was that, this deck would have been pretty much broken. It really would have been broken here, which we'll talk about this card in a second here. It's pretty much a super a super rare super combo card, which is pretty. Let's talk about it right now. It's a super rare super combo card. You can reduce the cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each card your opponent has in rest mode. So that's pretty cool. If it's removed from battle, it's removed from an entire game, so you can't use it again. If your leader is a yellow Saiyan Gohan or Piccolo card at the end of battle in which this card was using the combo in your hand, you can play this card from your drop area. So basically, you can play this by 5 energy. 5 energy. They should have made it at least 3 energy. I think that would have been better. That's just me, 3 energy. But that's probably making it broken. A lot of SCRs in this game are kind of broken anyway. Whenever this card is played or attacked, so when you play it, you draw 1, then you can choose up to one of your opponent's unison cards or battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So that's actually pretty cool too. But you know what? Switching a unison to rest mode, maybe I'm underlooking at it. It's been a minute since I played it. You can still attack a unison when it wasn't in active mode state. You can still do that. As far as at least maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm probably wrong. I forgot. But yeah, these cards are not too bad. I think they're pretty good. Going back to this Gohan Piccolo full power training, when you use this card with swap, you're choosing up to one of your master teaching cards, and it gets a 6k power and critical for the turn. Active main. If your leader is a yellow Piccolo superhero card, if you have 3 or more energies, you play this card from your hand. So that's actually not too bad. So, but you really want to play it with swap at that, paying it just for 1 energy, and you have 3 or more energies at that. For the active main effect, you don't really get like much of a benefit. A 20k or at least a 26k critical card, I think that's pretty good. At that 26k critical super combo, or just a combo with a 5k cost combo card, man, that's actually pretty good. Yet 31, it adds up, man. And then we have Son Gohan Piccolo Master Teaching combination. So we have barrier, active battle, limited 1. If it's your opponent's turn, you're gonna choose up to one of your cards, and its power becomes the attacking card's original power. And at the end of battle, the chosen card's power reverts to his original value. So this is a really, really good card. It's a super rare card at that. I think this is a staple for this deck. And then you're going to choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and KOing it. So basically, it's a defensive type card, and you're going to use it during your opponent's turn. So let's say he's striking you, right? You're going to swing with this card no matter what. You're going to swing with it for 24 to his leader or whatever. Then on your opponent's turn, he has a card that's like at least 30k. He swings at you. Active battle. You switch the power. You're at 30. He has at 24. You decided he said he's gonna combo it. You decided you're gonna combo it. He has to combo a little bit more cards, possibly more cards than you do. So this is pretty good. And if they have to combo cards, that means they got to discard cards from their hand. So this is pretty good. This is a really, really cool card. Really cool card at that. And we already talked about that at that. So those are some of the new cards they have for that set. I wanted to talk about this old card. We rarely saw this card being played, but it's now going to be played more often because you have Zordon. Because of you have cards that are played in rest mode in this deck. You play it in rest mode, or it comes out in rest mode. I think it's this card. Is it this pan card? Or some, it's a block. No, I forgot. Here it is. This Piccolo right here. So you're gonna use this Son Gohan Piccolo Desperate Defense. It has blocker on it, but it has this that auto main. Yeah, that's the auto limited 1 effect. When one of your cards is a Son Gohan, and his character's name is attacked, you're gonna play this card from your hand in rest mode. So it's already basically you used it already as a blocker. The target switched over to him. Right? Let's say you pretty much won the battle. He's still alive, and you decide to combo as well. To with this switches back to active mode when you do it. So that's actually pretty cool. You've used it. This right here supplement Zordon supplements for your blockers that you have on your field. So the main win conditions here to this deck, uh, Mirror Creative Resort is a win condition. That's pretty much a win condition. We already know what it is. So this is actually pretty cool. We already know what this is. You're gonna overram and gonna make sure you have this is the go for game. This is the game winner right here. Mirror Creative Resorts. It's an old win condition to the game. We have our defense, our defensive type deck here as well. Our defensive cards. Not Mirror, but we have Mecha Frieza, Robotic, Riposte. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, we already know. Most of you guys already know these cards. This card it's a staple for yellow decks at that. I need that card, but very expensive. Another staple for yellow decks here. If you're playing blockers, this really helps out. Another staple, Frieza, Army and Reinforcements. I think this is a newer card here. I think this is one of the super combos to this deck. It's a super combo, basically. I wouldn't play with the super combo. I probably would have played with that Krillin Garlic Jr. one. Whatever you combo, you send one card to the bottom of your deck and then you draw two. That's probably what I would play. I would play that versus this. Because I don't. At least this is just a deck I came across. I didn't go through all the cards yet. It's possible that they may have a Master Teachings Super Combo card, because if they do, that makes it a lot more better for you to search it. You know, because this deck doesn't. If you notice, it doesn't really have necessarily a strong. It only has one searcher. This is the searcher they have. This deck has some draw power to it, just not a lot. It seems not necessarily well. It has some draw power to it. Definitely does have that. But let's talk about there's other cards here too as well. Cooler. We already know this one. This is another cool card. And we have Lowered Slug. This is like what BT. This EX. Yes, EX version here. I forgot. But yeah, basically you're playing Lord. This has the Lowered Slug engine in it. Basically, you're playing this to draw, and then you use this activate effect to bring one of your Lowered Slugs onto the field. And once you bring him onto the field, he bonds with your other cards. You just need multiple cards in the field, which this right here works in conjunction to what you needed, because you're gonna have blockers in your deck, and you're just gonna swing with it, keep it in rest mode. They have to kill that card, but you have blockers protecting that card. And every time when they can draw initially with it, if they're non-leader card, their leaders can allow them to draw, but their battle cards and their Z battle cards, even their unison cards, don't allow them to draw. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And then also it says you can discard this. You can discard this card from your hand. Play a, I don't know. It's just starting and restarting the cycle all over again. So yeah, here go the Z deck. Here, there's a Z deck. With the Z battle cards, you're not really playing a lot with them. At least don't get me wrong. I think that these Z battle cards, obviously they just supplement the deck. They supplement all decks. This one has deflect and has dual attack on it. I think that's pretty good. It's just permanent. It's just reduced to EX evolve cost of your yellow Gohan cards in your hand by 2. So that's pretty cool. So I think let's see if there's I think this is, that's not EX evolve. Nor is this. None of this is EX evolve at all. So you're not going to really take advantage of that effect with this Gohan. If your leader is a yellow Piccolo superhero, when this card is played, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. So typically, you're going to take advantage of only 3 effects in this. This permanent effect, it won't matter at all with this particular deck that was made. So deflect, dual attack, then you have your auto effect. You're really going to take advantage of that when you play it. So that's the only thing you're really doing. And this could win you games. It could. This Shenron Granters of Wish. This one's stacked at 2. You're definitely going to use this because you need it to awaken. So it's going to definitely be there. If your leader is a yellow Piccolo superhero card, switch this card to rest mode. When you add one of your cards to your Z energy, draw one card. You're just going to draw one. I'm going to draw one card. So that's actually pretty cool. Once you switch to rest mode, you draw one. It has a potential chance of getting hit. Then he has the active made. If you have 7 or more energies, you choose up to one of your Piccolo superhero cards, and it gets a 5k bump. So it's actually pretty cool too. You have to have 7 or more Z energy at that. So each time you combo, one of your energies go to your Z energy area. Do we have Oolong? This is a pretty unique card. You're gonna have one of these in the field. Promo at that. Active main once per turn. You're gonna choose one battle card and play. Annoying barrier. This power becomes the chosen card's power at the time you choose. With its skill at the start of your opponent's turn, this card's power becomes 4,000 power. So that's actually pretty cool. So you're just swapping the power, the attack power of the card that you want, and really it kind of gives people a reason not to really swing on you. Because if let's say you're swapping with a card that has 35,000 on it, and you have that on the field, it doesn't cost that much. It's going to cost 2 energy to bring this out. 2 Z energy. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. And so you're swapping the attack power, and it could be useful. You can use this card to probably go for the game. We have Super Saiyan Blue, Evolve, Defender. I think this card is amazing. I think it's pretty good. It just recently came out from BT18. So when you play it, you choose up to one of your opponent's leaders, unisons, battle cards in rest mode, and it can't attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. That's actually pretty good. Okay, if this card is in rest mode, when your opponent plays a card, you may place one of your Z energies in the owner's drop area. If you do, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and unison cards and switch to the rest mode and negate the skill for the turn. That's actually pretty good. You're gonna use that card once per turn. That skill once per turn. That's good. Right off the back is good. It has barrier on it and deflect. So that's a perfect card. I need that card. You need that card for this deck. Like, you need at least one of them. One of them fits for the deck. Then we had Krillin. This is like a staple in my opinion. It says it's trusty assistant, limited auto 1. When you play this card, you're gonna reduce the Z Awakening cost of Piccolo superhero card in your Z deck by 2. So let's go to that, and it's a blocker too at that, so it blocks. So we have this Piccolo right here. Piccolo, power unyielding, Z Awakening, 2 energies. If your life is 3 or less, basically the Z Awakening here. So to be able to use this card, you have to use 2 Z energies, and then also you have to use 2 energies to normal energies to Z evolve it. Honestly, I'm glad that Krillin reduces that. So basically, you're only playing this with 2 energies, 2 Z energies at that. That's really good. So, and then whenever this card attacks, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. You KO it. So when it swings, it's KOing something no matter what. Once per turn, when you use a card in your combo area, you draw 1. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. You switch it to rest mode. It's gonna happen no matter what. Auto active battle once per turn. Use one of your energies. You send 2 master teaching cards from your drop area to the warp. You're gonna choose up to one of your Piccolo superhero cards, and it gains double strike for the battle. So that's actually pretty good, man. Double strike for the battle. You can choose this card itself, or you could have choose this card right here, Piccolo New Evolution, and it already has dual attack on it and double strike. So double strike and dual attack, that's 4 life if you probably hit something. This at 19k. That's my problem with this card, man. If they're not gonna, this card should be at least 20k or more. But don't get me wrong, for what it can do though, because whenever you swing in with something, you KO in something that's in rest mode, no matter what. So you're taking 2 life and you KOing something on the field in rest mode. So it's a really pretty good guard. It's actually pretty decent. As long as it's out there on the field, great. But if it's not, you know, I guess you gotta love. But yeah, this deck is not too bad. I think it's pretty decent so far. I'm definitely gonna tweak this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, more content coming soon. I know it's been a minute since I've been making stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So peace.